Yeah? Nice.
Yeah, like a Google notification.
Oh, cool. Wait, did it come as like a thing on your
Just on my desktop.
cool. Do you have like a Chromebook or whatever?
No, I'm just a Lenovo guy. I feel like they're just little tanks.
Cool. Don't mind me just taking some pills on screen. I have to take my Dulcolax. I'm not going to get into why, but you know, I'll let you do the math. I'll let you guys figure it out. There we go. Mm. Yummy. Okay. Anyone want to place any bets on how soon I have to dip out to go to the bathroom?
2 hours.
Oh wow, that's like a very nuanced get. Okay, cool. That's oh I did. I just got a Gmail personal as well. Cool man. Cool
So how do we know if
beans.
people have joined?
Well, we will look at our concurrent viewers, and
Can you see that in Riverside?
I don't know is the problem. Chat. You can look at people. You can look at chat. Message all participants. It's a little quiet here. Be the first to say hello. Hmm. That's cool.
It's just
That's
one
cool.
watching, but that might be me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on there as well. I mean, we just give it time. We start pestering people. We message everyone in school. We
Yeah, that's
message
true as
everyone
well.
on Discord. Like,
And we also have our fallback plan, which is we talk about some of the things that we actually already know that we want to talk about. Um,
yeah,
I know that I've been kind of collecting like a crazy person all of my neurobits, as I've been calling them. Well, I have. It's not me that came up with the word or terminology. It's a guy named August Bradley who I've done my whole pillars, pipelines, and vault system off of. But I have been capturing them, and I think I've got close to 900 now. And they're all like atomic level insights that are span across a whole bunch of stuff. So I got some of those to share. Worst case Ontario, and of course I've got my cat here because that train is never late, is it?
comedic timing is unreal with that one.
Honestly, he's unbelievable. Anyhow, so I was gonna say I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna put away everything else because I have such a like a real difficulty. Oh, we can start a Q&A, start a poll. Hmm, that's cool.
In Riverside, or
In the YouTube side, in the YouTube side, which is
sweet.
cool. So, I think in the interests of having this all set up, that's fine. We can give ourselves like 2 more minutes, and then let's just start. Oh, and I got a notification from Discord as well. Nice.
Oh,
Cool
like
beans.
going live.
Yep. Yep. Like an actual
Yeah.
thing from the app, a notification from the app, which is cool. If you are not aware, we do have a Discord. You can join, and we have all of us in there, all of our photographers, contributors, editors, and of course, the three that you see here. So if you want to join that, you can. You can find the invite on v13.social, or I will put it in the chat because that would make
Yeah,
things
link to the
so
chat.
much easier. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that would be good, wouldn't it?
Aaron, we gotta sort out your audio.
Yeah, dude, I'm buying you a goddamn mic. It's happening.
Mic or a headset, different headset. I'm pretty
True.
sure that when you used that like wired thing last time, it worked out a lot better. That you didn't get any static.
These are the exact same wired ones as last time.
Weird. I wonder what happened. Maybe it's input on your device. It's all good. It'll all get sorted. And I think that's where I want to start with, kind of just a learning lesson for today about just getting started. Before that, though, Discord, we've also got private rooms for all our clients. We've got active community. We have publicists that are in there that are talking to us or doing the occasional pitch to us. And then there's just people who are following our brand in general that want to know more about V13 Media Group and all the fun things that we're doing. We can also talk about the huge rebrand and or redev of our corporate website and what it means for the village, etc. But
It's true.
you just gotta start, and you have to just move ahead, and you have to not be scared of fucking failing or fucking up. And the more you do it, the better. I referenced this on a podcast yesterday, and it was the first time I brought it up, and I'm gonna start using this more and more. I was speaking with Jamie French, who was so lovely. We had such a great conversation. I can't wait to get it out the door. But I referenced my kids and how I've been telling them to, fail, like embrace the failure, turn the failure into a game, like basically try to fail as much as possible and turn the failure into the win. And then the wins will just be this amazing success that comes, or a byproduct of the failure. I mean, Lance, you and I say fail fast, fail hard all the time. But check this out. Love, logic. Take the L, sucker. That's what my stepson always says, which turned into, oh man, double L's, losers, loser, losses, losses, losses. What did the losses add up to? Your win, baby. Your win.
So good.
Lose as much as you can, and you shall win.
That's honestly like the thing that if you're not willing to be a bit cringe, if you're not willing to be uncool, if you're not willing to do all that stuff, then like you're just gonna be like the cool kid that never did anything. Do you know what I mean?
Hell
Like
yeah.
everybody's got their cringe. Everybody's got their cringe. Who else has got fucking Ernest fucking Hemingway has his cringe. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't know. Like
If people didn't
everybody
embrace
has.
their cringe, think of how many people, how many creators wouldn't even have existed. I mean, Pee Wee Herman came to mind. Like, not that I'm a huge fan of his or an advocate, but like I grew up watching Pee Wee's Playhouse off and on. He had a whole career and a whole life around embracing that ridiculous character that he was. Embrace the cringe. To that point, I spoke with Dowdy Fryer recently, an alt pop or modern alt pop musician who's up in Iceland, in Reykjavik.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a track on Spotify that's approaching 170 million streams. I mean, most artists wish they could get to that level. And one of the things he said was, I'm 6'6" or 6'7". I'm a big guy. I'm stoic, but I learned to embrace my goofiness. And it's that eccentricity and goofiness that I put into my art, and it seems to resonate with people. Don't be afraid to be yourself.
Yep. Yep. It's as simple as that. I mean, a shout out to Erica Mallet because she writes a great newsletter called Cringe Mountain, precisely what I was referring to. And she's a creator consultant based out of Sydney, Australia. She coined it a few years ago, and I was just smitten with it right away because it really spoke to the one thing that I actually saw a post from someone today talking about how, like, because I was in the hardcore DIY music scene in Toronto from like 07 to 15, and this post from this person really fucking spoke to me because it like just says it so well and so cleanly. Like yeah, this is the one. It says hardcore is supposed to have teeth. It's supposed to give people a place to put the anger, grief, boredom, anxiety, poverty, panic, and pressure they have been carrying around all week. That's why the community part should matter. You cannot preach community, perseverance, and having each other's backs, then turn around and punish someone because they're awkward and unfamiliar. You cannot build an entire culture around people who felt rejected everywhere else, then recreate the same dysfunctional social system. Hardcore is about community, about lifting each other, about growth. Or that's what a lot of people claim right before they decide to bully someone just because they did something weird and have no personal connection with the person. You gatekeep to keep hardcore real? My friend, half the people in the room are only cosplaying dysfunction and struggle, and many of you will target someone for being corny but ignore the obvious bigots in the room and the abusers with enough clout to get a pass. That hit me. I was like, fuck, that was my story. I was like, boom, that's it. You gatekeep hardcore to keep it real? Bro, let me just give you something. Let me just set you completely straight on that. And if this is by Get Well Booking out of Philly. I'm like, this is, dude, instant follow. Like, I love the entire. There's more to it, but I won't go on. It's just so like said perfectly. Of like, people will talk all goddamn day about community and how it's so important, and then they'll just right away with zero self-awareness turn around and continue being a dick. So that's the kind of vibe that I came from, where everyone's being this snotty, arrogant, cooler than thou, snobbish prick. And I have worked so hard for the past 10 years, just like, I don't know, burning out cigarettes on that fucking way of thinking. Just like doing my absolute best to try and like just fade all of that. And I don't know, man. I feel like you've been really instrumental in that, actually, Chris, because like you've been supporting my own way to create, my own like desire to write that entire time. Like actually, the 2015 was when we literally first met, and I have been writing with, for, by you
About.
since then. Yeah, about, yeah. So yeah, it's yeah, man.
Dude, you know what's so funny is like the answer is in plain speak on your shirt right now. That's life.
Well said.
That's the art. That's creation. That's business. That's learning. That's healing. That's powering up. That's the gym. That's the mind. You know, it is the same everywhere. And I had this weird thought last night. You know, I'm expecting a daughter and gonna grow this clan even more. And Jared Carrier popped into my head because she asked rhetorically on our chat, what's the first sound you hear in your life? And both of us were like, obviously the heartbeat, right? Like when you're in the womb, the first thing you hear is your mother's heartbeat, is the boom, 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 boom. Hold on, there's a helicopter going. Similar to a heartbeat, just a little bit faster, I guess. And so because of that thought, I was like, okay, so you're in this environment, you're in this womb, and then the womb grows with you. And where I'm going with this is that everything in your universe expands so long as you do. It's no different on the inside than it is the outside. If you want your room, your womb, your life, your universe to expand, then you need to. If you want your art to expand, then you need to. It's so simple, and yet we overcomplicate things so much. And I'm really pumped to just keep doing that. You know, bringing this full circle back to where we started. We're talking about the L's and failure. I'm going to keep showing up here every Wednesday until more people join, because the whole point of this is we've been doing this for a long time. We have a lot of insight. We're putting ourselves out here. We are doing the work and showing the work and walking the walk to give you artists and creatives free shit. If you want answers, if you have questions, if you need knowledge, if you just want to riff and see what comes up, we're here, and we're going to stay here as this thing grows. And just like I said on the pod yesterday, and I've said on previous pods, I just have to remind myself that this is the point. You know, like for me to be able to be so blessed to sit here with you, Erin, with you, Lance, to have this time with you guys, to be a part of your life and your journey, and vice versa, have you here. That's the point. And it's not about how many people join and accolades and all that stuff. That's a byproduct of us being here for each other. And that is what the community is built on. being here for each other through thick and thin. Chris said this. I'm going to cancel him. No, Chris said this. Let's ask him why. Let's ask him what's going on. You know, was it this or that? Is he going through something? Did he make a mistake? Who cares? To be human is to err.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing is we're so ready to just shit on someone. It's a really interesting like you're finding that kids aren't. I hate doing that whole like this generation bullshit because like that stuff is so played out and also like 38 years old. Like shut up. But I'm not doing it to shit on younger folks. If anything, it's actually harder than ever for them to just exist because now they've got cameras everywhere and like they can have their social life completely like just torpedoed because they just struck out at like a dance or because they danced or because they did something that's considered uncool. And it's like, this isn't 2006. Vice magazine is dead. Can we all just agree that like this whole like nose up in the air vibe is actually the same thing that's been touted by a bunch of like incel manosphere douchebags and we can just move on and be a little bit more empathetic with each other? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but that cuts across all things. So I don't want to see that from just whatever political divide. I want to see that from yourself first, because I get so annoyed when people are like, this person fucked up. So like, there's no way. Like what a douche. It's just like the comments are pure acid, and it's like, yeah, because like you're doing that. That's like I'm seeing it happen with another creator on here. Literally in real time. He goes by Flesh Simulator, and like literally he has like some views that are decidedly like not in line with most left-leaning thinking. So he's got some of these ideas and he has made them pretty apparent. And yet the amount of astroturfing and like what is it when people just like come together to like mess someone up. I'm trying to think of the term, but it's not coming easily. So whatever, like they're all just kind of like coordinating.
Mob mentality, right?
There you go. Yeah. Mob shit. They're coming in as a group and just I don't want to say the word bullying because it's not. It's way worse than that. Anyway, it's like I understand that like I don't actually agree with your position, but like, are you gaining anything by like shitting on the person at the same time? Do you know what I mean? Like, what did your shitty fucking like? It's everyone's just trying to dunk on each other is the thing that really just like, why are you doing that? Because you are gonna look sweet to your like own group chat when you inevitably like screen cap and share that with like your people.
Yeah, it's,
like,
it's the same idea as like meeting a celeb and taking a photo with them and say, look, I met so-and-so. At the end of the day, who cares?
No one gives a shit.
Like, is that for you? Was it for you? Did it change your life or make your life better? I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I'm just saying
but I see what you're saying.
For me and the point of the village and everything we're doing here is just, it's pure honesty. It's Veritas. It's one of our 13 values. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to be a human being. You're allowed to make the wrong choice and do things that are quote unquote considered bad and still have redeemable qualities. I mean, Lance, you and I have a lot of opposing views, but we've never once said, I'm judging that person or that person is this because of those views. If anything, we've said, help me understand your views. I don't even have to agree with what you say, but at least help me understand them because I want to connect with you as a human more. And then more people do that, the more they realize, like we've all heard the cliches before, the more we realize we have in common than not. And I think that is the point. And that's one of the things I really want to do with V13 Media in general is let's get away of this fucking, guarding everything and dividing everything. Let's just all come together and learn from each other as best we can and remove that ego and remove the stress of like, being scared of what to say. I mean, even now still, there's like a posts that come across my feed and I'm too scared to like them because I'm worried about what someone's going to think about me, rather than just me owning it and saying like, if that person is going to judge me, that's on them, not on me. It's ridiculous that we've conditioned ourselves like that. And I applaud people that are not like that, because it takes a lot of balls to just say, this is who I am, end of story.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I do also think that like I do know that there's a lot of people out there that want to get a free pass when they say or boost or repost or retweet stuff. I do think that obviously everything has ramifications. I don't think you get to say and do whatever you want without any acclaim. What I do find is stupid, like literally just like in the most objective way possible, is like saying, okay, so then write them off and annex them. And I'm like, there's no like leper colony for all these people to fucking go to. They're people, and you just keep on hemorrhaging. You see where you are. You just keep on pushing people away. And I know that I know there's a legion of people, howler monkeys, that are just like screeching right now saying, but if you can be bullied out of your values, those were never your values. And I'm like, let's be fucking pragmatic for a second. Let's be realistic. Like, if people that are like outspoken, loud proponents of a specific movement, like, let's not bullshit around. Like, if those people are affiliated with the thing and they're shit talking you and they're the ones that are flag bearers for a specific thing, then yeah, I'm gonna like not like that whole group of people. I've seen this literally take place before in my own scene. It was a fractured community. I watched it happen in real time. I was embroiled in it for the simple fact of like, there's just just proximity just in there. So like, no matter what, you don't get to like absolve yourself of like, you don't get to opt out, sadly, when people decide like, oh, I'm going to go after this person. And I think it's stupid as shit when you are like, no, I'm like, the only appropriate response to this is to dunk on him and be like, fuck that guy. And I'm like, great, now what?
Yeah.
Because now you've made it abundantly clear that you are not cool with that person and that you're not cool with anyone that is cool with that person. So now what? Like, there's no growth. It's a very closed mindset, and it's why it keeps making your movement so goddamn weak. Right?
For me, a lot of it goes back to Columbine, and when Marilyn Manson was interviewed about it, right? And they said, what would you tell the kids, or what would you have told the kids? And he said, nothing. I would have asked, or I would have listened. And I think that's the point that really I'm trying to make here with everything that we're doing and with the podcast and with our relationship, Lance and Erin, is that, man, we've been through tons of shit.
Yep.
But we're here for each other, and we support each other, and we're real with each other. And when we don't understand something, we ask. I say things like, help me understand, or I don't agree with what you're saying, but I want to understand it because I love you as a human and I like the way you show up. And just because you have these parts of you that I disagree with doesn't mean we can't be friends, because we all have differences. And if we start to have, this quote unquote side to it, then we would say there is no left and right, because there would be an up and a down, and then there's people slightly left and slightly right and slightly right and up. And so then what are we going to do? Just all excommunicate everyone from everything and just have these like guarded things all over the place? It's so fortuitous that Johnny from Art of Dying just messaged us saying like that V13 sign that he saw, that photo that he sent us, just a community garden I walk through. Those two words, that's community weird. And garden, right? We're building a village.
Wow.
We're building a village to draw butterflies too. Rather than capturing butterflies, let's just create a community where there's a lot of amazing things for everyone and invite people in.
Wow.
That's the village. And then the community is what we do. We uplift each other. We don't push people out. We don't shame people. We understand why they said what they said or did what they did so that they can learn and grow and help themselves too, because education is where that what's needed in those moments. We actually had a few people watching. It was fantastic, and I wanted to like ask questions and see like what we can do to help, because that's the whole point of this. And if no one's going to join, that's okay too. Let me come back to my initial point, which was we didn't know what we were doing. We build so much shit all day long, and we're trying to help so many people that sometimes we don't even help ourselves. And we had this amazing idea of doing these AMAs and starting to live stream stuff once a week. And guess what? The first couple, or one, depends on who you ask, the history books. The first couple, we completely shit the bed on. We couldn't figure out the stream. We had like 8 hours of latency. There was all kinds of issues. But we just keep iterating and going and fixing it and doing better, and boom, here we are. I'm so happy that we made it, and we should, wrap up in 1 minute, because that would be 31 minutes, and then we're good.
Well, I think we've got one other viewer on here that is maybe looking at the feed, so I'm gonna count that as a massive win. They probably signed off now because they're like, yeah, fuck this. Yeah, I think that when it comes to our garden, I think it would be worthwhile for you to like share what that metaphor actually stands for, Chris, because like you've said it before, but it's buried in like an episode a while back that people might not have seen or heard. So I think share with us like what you mean by that specifically. I think that's worthwhile.
I'm happy you asked that. I had an aha moment on the pod recently where I realized, man, I'm just saying the same thing over and over again. And I was like, yep, that is Smells Like Teen Spirit. You don't get the followers, you don't get the accolades and the streams and the success if you don't repeat the thing ad nauseum. You have to do the reps, right? That's what you always say, put in the work, put in the reps. That's that 250,000 emails that I've sent over the last 20 years. Those are the reps. The video came to us, or to me, through, I believe, YouTube. It was on my feed. We as a team a couple years ago were talking about what we were building, this idea of the village, and village because there's a V, a 1, and a 3 in it. And really the video did a really fantastic job of summarizing this point. If you want to catch a butterfly, doesn't matter what kind of butterfly, how many butterflies, most people will build a net, and then they'll start to like get really granular and really intelligent and build all kinds of different nets, big nets, small nets, like 4-headed nets, nets that shoot, nets that electrocute, whatever it is. Like there's just so many nets. And then the person said, the thing that will always work better than that though, is just building a garden and having the butterflies come to you. So rather than going out and exerting energy chasing, build and have them come. Feel the dreams, It was all Field of Dreams.
Mm-hmm. That's the beautiful part of it, right? It's like it just, I don't know, it works for me. It's not like it's such a simple fix, and it's also the gentler thing, and that's the thing is everybody wants to be harsh, intense, or it's okay to want to be the wolf, but if everyone's a wolf, there's no. You either need to eat each other or you starve.
100%.
I think. Go ahead.
We had 5 people watching, and I just want to say to anyone that's watching, I'm going to put this in the chat too. Don't be shy. Just ask.
Yeah. Ask questions. Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Anything.
True.
I mean, this will go where it's supposed to go. So if you get esoteric and ask us about which shoes you should buy, we'll answer that to our best ability. Prefer music or creative.
I mean, I'll answer that. I won't promise any good results, but like I'll have an opinion. I'm sure that I'll have an opinion on anything. Like no worries. I'll do a. But yeah, I'm also just like looking at what I've been writing about in the industry. Insider, which is a newsletter we do. I run it, but it's for our music, V13 Music label and artist development agency. And looking at the last 3 issues, the last one was from Chrissy Spratt. That was an early episode of yours, Chris. but she basically the lesson I want to shoehorn in here is that if there is anyone listening and wants to know whether it's important or it's time or they need a sign that it's time to invest in yourself, I'd like to be that. I'd like to say right now, nobody invests in you until you invest in yourself. And so I don't want you to go through this idea of like that you have to spend thousands on yourself or your art to make it legitimate, but you do need to invest in yourself, whether that's time or effort. I have been divesting myself for so long, focusing on other people's projects. And what it does is it slowly bleeds your through line. I started writing again on a much more regular cadence. Not nearly as regular as I want to, but I started writing more with the fiction series that I'm writing right now. It was an amazing idea from Erin, by the way. Like, full kudos to Erin for saying, like, this is what Dickens did. He serialized his work, and I'm like, shit, fuck, that's a great point. God damn. Okay, so then I just did it. And since then, I have realized, like, oh, yeah, like, I can't just, I can't just ignore this and just, I can't give what I don't have.
Yeah.
And I got to remember to do that. I'm not investing hundreds or thousands of dollars. I'm really not. I'm investing time, which arguably is way more valuable to all of us here in this call.
I think your point. I think your point is that the investment is an investment, period, and it doesn't have to be like quantified in time, sacrifice, blood, tears, whatever. There's different ways of doing it, and it depends on one's personal circumstance. Like, whether you're married or not, have kids or not, whether you live in the U.S. or Canada. These are all variables that will change how much you can or do invest. I mean, Dave Nestor, formerly of Enemy, the drummer, he very specifically said, sorry for the helicopter.
That's all right. We can barely hear it.
Oh, good. He very specifically said, like, you don't have to be a starving artist. Like, I go out and get work within the drumming world so that I can continue to do the thing that I love, which is just play drums as opposed to teach or tech or whatever. And that's smart. You can work and support your habit. Christy, like, did waitressing and a whole bunch of other stuff that she then put that money back into her project. I put in hours and reinvest in myself all the time. One of the guys I respect and admire, and one of the guys you respect and admire, so Musk for me and for you, Hormozy, they both have one seriously cool thing in common. They both fucking slept on the floor of the place where they worked for the longest time, right? You mentioned that Hormozy was like basically living and showering in the gym.
Yeah, I hit the gym that he owned. Yeah, Musk did that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, when they were like setting up PayPal and stuff, apparently they had like a studio space. They didn't have apartments or anything. They just like lived and worked in the same space and just kept going.
Oh, yeah. The Silicon Valley
No, this is
incubator model.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
you're right.
whatever.
It's before Silicon Valley, right?
Yeah, I don't know the full details, but at the end of the day, like, that is just another example of self-investment, right? Like, what are you willing to sacrifice to do the work? Well, how many artists come to us and they're like, the album's done. How come it's not successful? How come no one's like listening to my thing? And I'm like, dude, the album's done. That's great. And I'm sure you put a lot of time, money, and effort to get here. But it's like the first part of the journey.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, you think Van Gogh killed himself because everyone was just like, clamoring for his work? No, dude. I'm also so tired, by the way, of people saying like, man, I bet, people insert whatever artist would never do this social media stuff. And I'm like, the fuck they wouldn't. Yes, they would. Or they wouldn't have made it as much. Like, also, like, that is not an apples to apples comparison, like, whatsoever. So, like, no. But also, like, every single one of those artists that you mention has all sat through, it's got to be at least hundreds, if not thousands of interviews, which was how it was always done. And now you're lucky if you can get like a bloody review, let alone an interview. Like, goddamn. So, yeah. It's
But that's a topic in and of itself that I really can't wait to dive into. Like, I want to be able to talk to artists about publicity, about organic SEO, about what it's like being on the website side, because so much has changed in the 20 years that I've been doing this, 20 plus now. What it was to run a website then versus now, how many pitches then versus now, what the pitches look like then versus now, who's getting picked up and why. I think Two Freaks had an awesome point. They're like, like Seven Dust and they're a huge band and, pick up. And I said, that's not how it works, man. Like on the last Seven Dust cycle, I think I got 6 or 7 press releases. And we covered the news once or twice and maybe put a song on a playlist. But then when they pitched us, I was like, we just did a cover story a year ago. I can't justify doing a cover story again. Now the readers will say, why are you doing the same band within 12 months when there's thousands of other bands out there? So the world's changed. And just because you're a big name doesn't mean you're guaranteed press either.
Mm-hmm. That's precisely it. It's like, the rules have changed. People think that I think that you're the best example for that is what you said about the industry, but like there have been so many differences. I think it must be frustrating as a publicist, and that's why I'm queuing this up for you, Erin, is because like I mean, don't hear it from me. I don't know shit. Okay, I don't pitch people all goddamn day. Hear it from Erin. Like how tough is it to get a bloody review these days?
Oh yeah, it's not easy. It's not even just a review, but like a lot of things in terms of like any kind of like media attention or pickup. Like you really have to be sort of creative in some ways, right? Because like you said, there's going to be publications that are interested in what you're doing, but they just covered your last single, so they'll be hesitant to cover something again. Plus, it's the fact that like everybody else is vying for the same attention from the same, it seems like slowly dwindling, collection of media outlets. So yeah, it's not really like as easy as it would have been, years ago, right? So
right,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, well said. It's not as easy as it was, but that's because this industry changes, right? Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't stay static. I mean, what did COVID do to this, Chris? Like,
Oh my God. I mean, like literally our advertising revenue for the website, without a word of a lie, overnight went to zero. It was almost like someone just called everyone up and said, nope, nix it. And then I started to look at what we're doing. I was like, okay, well, clearly I have to pay for this entire operation out of my own pocket for the next little bit. And it's tough. It's a tough game to be in media in general. I don't admire the people that do it full time because I know how much it takes to do it. Why don't we put a pin in it? Let this be where we end off, and we'll be back in a week to do this same freaking thing and to help as many people that want to help. And if you join, guess what? You can have us to yourselves for an hour. It's something that we charge for normally. All good. Bring your questions. We're here.
I like that. It's making it a little bit more bite-sized, a little bit more manageable. Yeah. You don't have to like. This is what I do a lot, or I used to do a lot, where I'd like not go to the gym for a month, and then or 2 months, and then I would come back and I would just do this crazy exercise, and put a full hour in or some. Yeah. Well, no, it's just like the 2 days later, burn is like, oh, I don't want to do that again ever. So, and then sure enough, that would be the thing that would push me away from doing it for like a really long period of time. Like I'd have a gap, go back and do it like at the caliber that I think I want to, like it's aspirational. And I would and it's almost as if that would confirm how much harder it is than it needs to be. But that's like my thinking is this is the baseline, and it's like you don't have to do that. You can there's that concept of anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. Well, we've done it both well and poorly. Like we're here, we've done it. We've made a successful first live stream, as opposed to the first time, which was just kind of like nothing's working, man. This time it's worked. We're here. We connected. We had a few people view us. Apparently, I'm pretty sure that like whatever. It's all good. So
It's a good point. It's taken me a lifetime of living and work to get to the point where I realize that those things that I'm putting off, whether small or large, the quote unquote honey-do list, the proverbial honey-do list, do those things first, man. Just do the shit that you don't want to do and normalize that. And before you realize it, you're not going to care. And everything will just be the thing that you do. And you're never going to feel this daunting pile of like, oh my God, I've been leaving that alone for so long and now it's overwhelming. No, don't do that. If something comes up, just do it. I really wanted to answer all of these emails right now. Yeah, but you and Lance and Erin, that came up and you got a whole bunch of stuff done. So you just pivot, you flow, you do the thing, and then you go back into what it is.
I think like there's also like a lot to be said to approaching things like within a mentality of like doing things in increments as well. Like, going back to like the example that you used in the gym, Lance, like the thing that to substitute like just having these boom and bust cycles, it's like, well, maybe you go in, for the first week every day for only about 20 minutes, lift about 10-20 pounds, and that's it. Whereas like the next week after that, you'll increase the weight, maybe you'll stay there for a little bit longer, right? And then that's sort of like eventually the consistency that you show yourself will start to sort of solidify the habitual behavior, as well as like the progress, rather than just gutting it and then sort of spooking yourself out of things, and basically giving yourself like I would say like almost like reinforcing a narrative that like you're not where you need to be, and it sort of becomes a negative spiral rather than the positive gradual consistency, right?
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. It's every one of those moments is a vote for the identity that you want. It's a vote for who you want to be. So
Baby steps turn into regular steps, turn into large leaps, turn into massive movements forward. You gotta start somewhere. Consistency is key.
Mm-hmm.
And when you fall off, shrug it off, get back on.
Yep. So I love that. I think we're gonna bounce then, as you said. This is a great way to break the exactly. Break that. What was I trying to say? Just like it's not the dry spell, but like break through bust the cherry, so to speak, on this, and then just move on and keep
break the seal
delivering better
on
ones. Yes, thank you. Fuck, that's so much better.
Less crass.
Crack the seal.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for anyone and everyone that watched. All 4 of you, and that includes. Was it 5? Wow, crazy, yo. It's nuts.
It's not about who watched. It's about who we can help. And it's about us having this amazing time together.
Yep. Frankly, if we can just us show up and do our thing that delights us, that's the thing that starts, and then you go from there. So,
absolutely.
This will be an AMA format, but each time we come here, we're going to be bringing some of our own stuff. I had my last issue of Industry Insider. We're going to each bring our own respective topics that we can discuss. Should there be no one here, but we will also take questions as and when. We'll be delighted, I'm sure.
Hell yeah! Submit questions ahead of time. If you don't want to join or show up live, send us
if this
questions.
is an awkward time, if this is an awkward fucking time, I get it. No, you can't go at 2 p.m. Eastern on a fucking Wednesday for live cat. I get it, of course. So, Anyway,
I was gonna just say, like, hit us on Discord, follow us on online on all our socials. Hit v13.social to find all of our different platforms. Subscribe to our newsletters. We have 3 of them that go out at least once a week. There's so many different ways to get free content for us and consume and be part of the village. So do it.
Ooh, do you want to
See ya.
take a moment to sort of like break down the 3 newsletters quickly to give a high level overview?
that's not a half bad idea.
Let's do it next time. I feel
Okay.
like
Ooh.
I feel like people
Yeah.
at this point are like, you guys have been talking to yourself for 45 minutes. Move it on.
Nice.
If you wanna
Okay.
learn more, come tune in next time. Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.